Philadelphia, are you ready?
They said, are you ready?
This is Brotherly Love Wrestling Podcast, your first stop for everything professional wrestling. So sit back and enjoy wrestling talk at its finest with your hosts, Larry Hall and Joe Corrado.
Like, I'm home all the time, and every day gels together. Every single one.
Yesterday was the first day that really happened to me because I thought for sure yesterday was Tuesday. And then what a surprise when I found out it was Monday. And honestly, though, it's not like it's any fucking different. It's just another day. But I was like, wow, I didn't know that.
I mean, how does that affect you wrestling wise? Like, are you better with bookings and shit than? Like, do you remember, like, or do you have to, because it's quarantine, you're just like, oh, fuck it, I'll remember it when it's time?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've wrestled so little during quarantine that hasn't been much of a concern for me. I literally wrestled 2 shows mid-August, and then I wrestled for AEW, and that was it. And, I mean, luckily, like, I'm usually not booked just by myself. Mm-hmm. So I have other people who can be like, you're ready for this weekend? And I'm like, yeah. You know it. I had it planned. I've been ready, bro. Are you ready?
Damn, my bag's been packed for a month. What are you talking about?
Yeah, come on. But yeah.
Now the people that know you, they know that's bullshit.
What?
The people that know you, they know that's bullshit that you didn't remember.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, like I do that too. Like I'll be like, oh yeah, of course no, you didn't. You're right. I'm not gonna try and bullshit you. I didn't remember.
That's what it is, buddy.
I play that game with my wife every day.
Nothing I ever say is meant to be taken serious, and I try and make sure everyone knows that.
I mean, that kind of shows in your wrestling too. Like, you just go out there and you want to have fun. You want to make sure everyone else is having fun. I mean,
100%.
What I don't get is, like, the people that shit on that, like the people that hate that, like the people that it's just that it's not real if you're like this. Like, it's not real if you're like anything.
Are we recording? Are we on a pod? Are we doing the podcast right now?
We shoot the shit, and I've come to the realization that I start asking questions before we actually start recording, and then
we lose a lot of stuff
because I won't remember the question, and it's just like, and it's better when it's natural. Like,
of course,
you get the natural answer. It's like a lot more laid back.
I don't know if I've swore already, but are we allowed to swear?
Yes, let it fly. You're good.
Yep.
Right. So just to answer that question, or I don't even know if it was a question, but people are so fucking stupid. It's crazy, man. People are so dumb. Especially people who don't like my kind of wrestling or my wrestling. Like, I don't give a goddamn shit, bro. I'm having fun. I don't care. Like, people like. I mean, the only criticisms. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I don't get that many criticisms. Like, the criticism I get is, like, obvious. Like, I'm a fat dude. You think I don't fucking know that? I've been fat for quite some time. And I'm well aware. I am living my own life. I understand. I'm not in denial. I don't think that I'm some kind of cruiserweight or something. Like, I get it, bro. I'm just here to have fun. Like, that's the thing about wrestling to me. I honestly, and I hope no one, like, takes this the wrong way. I feel like I've said it before. I don't give a goddamn shit about wrestling. I'm just here to have fun. And fucking, that's it, you know? I was talking to somebody I was speaking of doing podcast. Somebody on a podcast asked me if, like, I'd lose some sort of, like, sense of self or something. Like, if I lost weight, if I lost weight, like like do I not want to lose weight to stay the like big goofy guy in wrestling? And I was like, dude, wrestling is expendable as fuck to me. Like if I stop having fun or something happens, like see ya. Like that's the thing. Like my health comes far before wrestling. If for some reason me losing weight affected people like not thinking my wrestling was funny anymore, I'd be like, okay, man, I'm whatever. I don't know.
I mean, it makes
People
me
are
think
fucking stupid.
It makes me think of the Family Guy episode when Peter gets liposuction, then gets implants, like muscle implants. Like he's no longer the goofy fat guy. Now he's all serious and no one knows how to take him. Like it doesn't make it. Like,
that's the thing. Like if I couldn't imagine me getting ripped or anything, but like if I got ripped, I always think like people who post like fitness shit all the time on like Instagram and on social media is like that could never be me. That's just not what I'm about, not who I am. Like if I started working out really hard during quarantine with my buddy Ronnie, and we posted a couple funny videos of us like doing workouts after our workouts that are just like us doing shit. But it's not like I could never be like, did you get your workout in today, guys? Here's what I did. Here's a list of these things, this by this many, and I'm just like, I don't know, that's just fucking not me, you know? I don't know.
But I mean, it kind of doesn't have to be. I mean, it's not
exactly.
it's not everyone's niche. I mean, I feel like people want you to be like them so much, and then you're not, so they get even more upset and mad because you made your own decision to be who you are instead 100%. Of being exactly what they want you to be. It's like,
and that's exactly what you were saying. Like, fuck, what I forget the first thing you said, but that's what I was trying to answer. That like saying people are stupid. Like, fuck, what did you say? I forget. It was.
Oh, you're asking the right person. I will tell you.
Oh man,
I asked you about wrestling and how certain people don't enjoy comedy wrestling, and
that's the thing.
And people openly showing that they're having fun and quote unquote killing the business.
Yeah,
I mean,
fucking killing the fucking business. What the fuck ever, man? Come on, get the fuck out of here.
It's such a serious term for something that's been like the big wigs have been openly trying to kill for quite some time now. Like it's not the indie guys that are killing the business. It's not the people that look at the view comparison. You get someone who's going to get maybe 1,000 views on social media as opposed to someone like WWE or AEW, the big companies getting millions of views. Like, they're not killing the business. Your product is what's going to save the business. It's not anyone else working below you that's going to kill the business. You're doing it. You're killing the business.
Yeah, it's not like the cat isn't out of the bag. I'm pretty sure, like, again, I know nothing about wrestling, and I will gladly admit that, but I'm pretty sure because of like a stupid court case or some shit, Vince McMahon legally had to say that like wrestling is fake or something like that. Some bullshit in court where he had for the steroid case or something, whatever plethora of things he's been sued for. He's a terrible person. He's legally admitted like wrestling is not what you think it is. Like it's fucking performance art or whatever the fuck. I don't know what he fucking said.
Yeah,
that's why he calls it sports entertainment. Like.
It doesn't fall into the same category as you're fighting for championships, but it's not like the MLB or the NFL or anything like that. Where I mean, I don't want to get into semantics and business and all that because exactly. I don't fully know it either. But the point of it is that it's not one person. If anything is going to kill the business, it's going to be the other fans that are going to kill the fucking business. It's not going to be the performers. You don't accept anyone that's put in front of you. You're going to kill the business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, it's not like there's – I mean, I get it. There's a deep pool of wrestlers, but it's not like you can just pluck anybody that you want and make them a wrestler. It's going to save the business. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I don't think wrestling is going away anytime soon. But, like, that's the thing. Fucking – it's definitely not going to be one wrestler who does it, you know? Like, people are stupid. I don't know. Fucking –
it's just overthinking something that is always been what it is. I mean, just overthinking 100%. where everyone's got an idea of how to make it better, and all these ideas mixed into one. It's a headache. It's a
Yeah.
headache to just. It takes more energy to focus on what you don't like than to just sit there and either watch what you like or just change the channel.
Or change the channel. I don't know, man. So anyone who doesn't care about my wrestling, that's 100% fine. I'm still having fun. I wrestle personally, so I have fun. Like, and that's the thing. That's why I was saying it's expendable. If I ever stop having fun, I'm not gonna keep wrestling. Like, period.
Now, you have a lot of friends, or a good amount of friends, or maybe a couple friends, at least in the business, that, I mean, it could keep you having fun for as long as possible, as long as they're doing the same thing. Like,
oh yeah. You mean like who have like that a similar outlook like that, or?
I was talking to you personally, but yeah,
Just like people you work with in the business.
Oh God, yeah. I have fun honestly like. That's the thing. Every match I have fun doing because, like, I don't know. I also try to not wrestle people that I don't like, but there's not really that many people that I don't like. So, I don't know. I have fun all the time, or every time I wrestle.
Now, now the people your opponents, they have fun too, and that's pretty much the whole point of it. Like when you're talking match, and I don't know if you do strategy or anything like this, or spots or anything like that, but when you're talking, like, is it more like joking, like we can get this in and then we can laugh about it later?
Oh, 100%. I've done that so many times where I'm just like, I have this funny story when I wrestled this dude named Mark Wheeler, who is from Canada. Do you guys know Mark Wheeler?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
Me and him wrestled in Montreal, and I don't know if I forget when me and him were just recently talking about this. There was a spot where I knew people would be chanting for me after I did something to him when we were fighting on like the outside of the ring. And I was like, we're in Montreal. They speak French. I want to get them to, instead of just chanting Puff, I want them to chant Je m'appelle Puff, which means my name is Puff. So my idea was to get the crowd to all chant, my name is Puff, at me. So it makes no sense. It's so stupid, but I thought it was hilarious. And we do this thing on the outside, and I like hit him with something. He's knocked out. I get on a chair, and there's all these people around me, and they're already screaming, Puff, 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 like screaming at my face. And I'm looking down on them, and I'm like, no, listen, stop, listen. Je m'appelle Puff. And they're like, yeah, Puff, Puff. I'm like, no, Je m'appelle. And I'm like screaming Je m'appelle Puff. And like, and when they say,
we know what your name is. You don't have to tell us.
I'm looking at them and I'm like, my name is Puff. My name is Puff. And they're all like, yeah, Puff.
Yeah, we know you.
No. And it's just.
Talk about your all-time backfires.
We were talking about doing that. We were like on the floor laughing, putting that match together. And then to this day, me and him just still laugh out loud thinking about the time I tried to do that, and it just was so stupid. But like shit like that. I do that shit all the time when I put like wrestling matches together and whatnot, because I don't know, that's the goal for me, just to have a fun time and do stupid stuff, make people laugh, make myself laugh.
Not only that, but I mean, you know the other people on the card, like whoever's on the card with you, like you're gonna get a little bit of everything. So you know that they're gonna have fun at your match, but another match they're gonna get the high spots, they're gonna get the bare knuckle fighting, they're gonna get. I mean, you've been on cards with Nick Gage, so you never know what the fuck's gonna happen. So
exactly.
So like you're like almost, I don't want to say it's just like a relief when you come in, like like something fun's gonna happen.
Of course, and I think that's like, I think not to toot my own horn, but I think that's like an appeal to me to be on a wrestling show. Like, I feel like wrestling, like, obviously every once in a while, a show where every match is like the same style, like a blood sport, is fine. But like every wrestling show, I mean, at least in my experience, and again, this is just me talking. I'm just fucking Puff, who's been wrestling for 3 fucking years. I feel like every wrestling show can't be the same. Like if you went to a wrestling show and every match was like the same style, the same fucking size people. Like it was just basic, like kind of jack dudes wearing the same gear, like in fucking tights or trunks, just wrestling like a fucking wrestling match. And you're there, like I don't see the appeal to that. But if you're seeing maybe one kind of match like that, and then you see a tag team match where guys are like flying all over the place doing springboard shit, and then you see another match where I come out and all in colors and goofy in a big colorful outfit, and I'm shaking my hips and I'm doing a fucking whip punch, and I don't know, doing whatever the fuck I do. Who knows what I do? And stuff like that. I feel like that's much more entertaining, and that's at least my goal is to entertain people. I'm not trying to have a serious 5-star match, like where you're just beating the shit out of each other, hitting big moves. Like I want to entertain people. I want to be more interactive. I want to put smiles on people's faces. But and at the same time, I do know how to wrestle. I could easily do a match where I go in there and I just work technical moves and stuff and just do shit like that. But I'm not gonna have fun doing that, you know? Like, so that's why I don't. But like I could, but I like to sell T-shirts and have fun. Like I don't know. A big part of me being entertaining, I think, translates to me like I also want to make money in wrestling and make money to survive. So I think the more I entertain people, the more they're interested in buying what I have to sell. You know what I mean? Whether that be in the ring or at the merch table. You know?
I mean, you can't fault on anyone trying to do that. I mean, that's besides the fun wrestling part of it. I mean, you're also doing it to make money in hopes that this is the only thing that you have to do, and that be it. I mean, it makes sense. Now, I had a question, and now I lost it.
Go
one.
ahead. I got you. So, with your style, like, how did you come to want to wrestle like that? I mean, as a fan, younger, did you see like wrestling like WWF that was straight across like Attitude Era, and you're like, yeah, there needs to be something, or just accident? Like, how did you come about?
100% accident, because I never really watched wrestling. I was never a big wrestling fan. Excuse me, I'm burping. I'm so sorry. I had drinking ginger ale, and I don't know.
That was the best explanation we could have possibly asked for.
I'm drinking ginger ale. I got into wrestling in like 2005, and I watched it for like a year. Then I kind of fell out of it, and I'd randomly go back to watching it, but I was never like a huge wrestling fan. There was like a little time where because I was younger, and I would get like action figures and stuff, and I was like into wrestling, but then like it sort of kind of faded away. And then like I'd watch a pay-per-view every now and again with buddies who were wrestling fans, but I don't know. I was never really big into wrestling. I didn't have any like. That's why I don't know anything about wrestling. I don't know. I don't know. I lost the question. Also, I'm trying to think.
That's all right. Here, I'll get you somewhat current. So, not being a wrestling fan, what brings you into the wrestling business? So what?
And the character you're playing as well.
Okay, so that's the thing.
It is a character.
Well, I don't look at myself as a character. I know people think that, and like and I'm not like offended by it by any means, but like it's just me. Like I'm not really changing anything, except for I might be a little more corny with my dancing. Like obviously, if I'm in a fucking store, I'm not gonna start dancing and doing shit. But like,
oh, man.
I just do shit. I'm sorry. But like I don't know. It's just I've always wanted to entertain people. I always felt like that was my calling in life, and I wanted to do that somehow. And wrestling, it just fell in my lap because I had these buddies who were training, and I started coming around to watch them. And then I just got in the ring and started doing it, and I just kind of came into my own. I just put my own like goofiness or personality into wrestling, and just started working out. You know, like I always wanted to be a stand-up comedian. That was my like goal throughout high school. And like, I mean, since I was a kid, I really liked stand up and wanted to do it. But like right after I got out of high school, I was going to college, and I was in some shitty, like, I had all these classes that I thought I was going to take that were like writing for TV shows or writing all this stuff. But the only thing like my first semester, they only put me in one writing class, and it was like British literature, and it fucking sucked. And
that's a comedian's dream right there.
Yeah.
British literature.
yeah, right. And one thing that really bugged me, and I wish I knew the professor's name, but he was one of those
So we
dudes.
can put him
who
on
was
blast.
oh, of course.
Just to bury
He
him.
was like one of these, like, what a piece of shit to think this. Like, he was one of those, like, I don't see the need in having a smartphone or something like that. He's like, I don't even use a phone. Like, fucking get the fuck. It's first off, it's 2015. At this point, it's 2015. But like, iPhones are still fucking a thing. And like, really, bro, you don't see the need in having every piece of information ever at your fingertips. Fuck you, bro. Like I already couldn't stand that dude. But then he just like sucked. He was just an asshole, and that like really demotivated me. And I only went to school for like that one semester because I was like, I'm done with this. This sucks. Then I started working a shitty dead end job, but luckily, I started hanging out with my friends who were training, got into wrestling, and the ball just started rolling there. And here I am on the Brotherly Love podcast talking about whatnot. I don't fucking know.
I mean, we talk about not only wrestling but real life issues.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
So,
But I don't even know if any of that fucking answered the question.
Yeah.
we only put the questions out there just to throw it in some fluff. I mean, whatever you say is pretty much is what it is.
There it is.
So
Is what it is, baby.
we're only here to spew out nonsense and gibberish. So
Do you remember
Me
your question?
no,
Still can't
don't remember the
question.
question. Like the question came in, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be this should be a good one." And then we started talking, and I was like, "Oh, I still got it." And then I lost it. Then it was like
Yeah.
somewhere out there.
Something about me not being a character. It's just me. And I didn't have any influences. Is that what I don't fucking, who knows?
You probably got asked that before. Maybe we're just doing replays of whatever. You're just on rerun.
Maybe.
You probably got asked that question a bunch of times.
Oh man, it's all the same.
So
Everything's the same.
yeah, I didn't want to step past. You mentioned you were working out, and you said it doesn't affect your wrestling or whatnot. You're more doing it for yourself. I'm assuming, right?
Of
to
course,
get healthier.
Of course. And it helps my wrestling, obviously, but like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But that wasn't like, it was more like, all right, primary, I get healthy. Secondary, okay, I'll be able to move a little bit better. And oh wait, I could last a little. I could go a little bit longer in the ring. So
100%.
Now, quarantine's been. It can be a blessing and a curse. I mean, you can only work out for so long in a day, and then the rest you're kind of like, all right, I got to keep myself busy because I mean, like. I know I bored a meat, or I used to a lot. Like when I'm bored, I'll just, all right, I'll eat this. Mm-hmm. Like, have you been able to keep up with it during quarantine, like working out regularly and trying to stay?
Yeah, I was definitely eating a lot in the beginning, but then like June is when me and Megabyte Ronnie got together and just started working out every day. I was eating way less, and obviously because from working out and whatnot. But yeah, I've been able to like keep it in check ever since then. I really credit Megabyte Ronnie for helping me out because he's got like a whole gym in his garage, so I don't have to go out in public with all these fucking disgusting people who are gonna kill me. And we can just hang out together, work out, talk about wrestling, and drink diet sodas because those are the main things we do.
You know what's funny is that I know, like, if you want to label it, you're pretty much a baby face. Like, I'd say you're a pure baby face when you're on the shows that we've seen you on. But just talking to you now, it'd be like, man, you'd be like such a good heel. Like, you would be like, if you were just like go to a show and be like, you know what, you people make me sick, and I know you're gonna physically make me sick.
if I went into a wrestling ring and spewed my real views on this business,
like,
I would never be.
I mean,
What?
if people want to hear the buzz, like that's the thing, like going viral and shit like that. Like that would be something that would be like, wow, I wasn't expecting this. Like, what the fuck? Like, you would somehow be more over as an asshole. It would be so unexpected. Like you just sit there and be like, you people literally make me sick.
I know, and I hate that it's coming off that way because I try not to be like that.
Well, here's
I'm talking about the people that I'm talking about that are like stupid or whatever. Like I'm talking about assholes who are like who would try and criticize my kind of wrestling. Like I have. Like, that's the thing. I deal with that so like not. I don't know whatever the opposite of often is. This stage of like AEW, even being on the big stage of AEW, I didn't hear a lot of criticism. That's the thing. Like people usually support me, and it's been very positive, and I love that. Like, but like every so often, somebody will try and criticize and say I'm a trash. Like somebody, I know this fucking comment because I saw it. Some guy called me a trash indie act or something like that, or trash indie comedy act, and I was like, AEW isn't an indie. I'm fucking badass. I rule. I would watch me wrestle. I think I'm awesome. I think I replied to his YouTube comment. And I was like, nah, man, you're wrong. I fucking rule. I didn't know what I was doing.
Well, I mean, with that, you're on AEW, who is featuring, and one of the most over guys in all of professional wrestling in an Orange Cassidy, who does this act that, I mean, a lot of people shit on as well. With, I mean, breaking kayfabe and killing the business because he's not selling anything. But, like, he's an amazing pro wrestler, and he's one of the most over guys, period. And you're in the same company as him, making an appearance in that company. Like, how can you say the difference?
That's the thing. People are stupid, man. Like, dude, Orange Cassidy is probably one of the best wrestlers on the planet. And if you can get away with doing nothing, that's the fucking goal. That's a gold mine. What are you fucking talking about? Like, that's the thing. People, why wouldn't you want to do that? And Orange Cassidy is so fucking entertaining and hilarious. He's awesome. I don't know. I always bring this up. There's a documentary on YouTube by Kenny Johnson. It's a mini documentary. I don't know if either of you have seen it, about Orange Cassidy.
I have.
Yes, very good.
Every time I wrestle, literally every time I wrestle, I think back to that documentary. Shout out to Kenny Johnson if anyone's listening. Kenny Johnson made an amazing thing. And shout out Orange Cassidy, obviously. He's the fucking best. Like, he talks about that. Like, he talks about putting together a match with his opponent. And if he is putting it together and he's having a good time doing it and his opponent's having a good time doing it, he knows they're going to put it out there in front of the crowd. And the crowd's going to have a good time watching it because, like, it's like the positivity and the happiness and the fun that you're having making this. I think of wrestling as art. Like, you're putting together this piece of artwork that it's like a performance art. I mean, I think that's what fucking wrestling is. And you're going to go put it out. If you're enjoying it and your opponent is enjoying putting it together and you go out there and you do it, I think that is going to fucking, I don't know. There's a good word that I'm thinking of. I can't think of it. It's gonna spread is not the word I want to use, especially now. But it's gonna spread to the audience is good. It's gonna. Oh my god, transition. I don't fucking know. The audience is gonna enjoy it. Is what I'm trying to say. Like they're gonna see
transcend. I think you're going for.
Maybe.
Doesn't sound right either.
No. God, I wish I knew what that doesn't matter. Like, they're gonna appreciate that you're having a fun time doing it. I think.
I mean, fun's one. I mean, people are transparent, and when you can see through them, it kind of affects the mood that you're having too. So if you see two people that are legitimately pissed off and fighting, like.
Yeah,
it's gonna transcend that. Like that's what you're gonna see. You're gonna be like, all right, well, I'm mad for this person. If people are out there having fun and laughter too, laughter is contagious. So if one person,
100%.
Especially if you get someone with a really good laugh, that'll set you off too. So if there's someone having fun like it usually spreads. And it's exactly what you're saying. Like you hear one person laugh, you're gonna laugh.
It's contagious.
It's contagious.
100%.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, and when you say like two dudes beating the shit out of each other and getting pissed off, like that's a mood that maybe they're going. Like that's probably what they're going for the fan who's watching. Like it makes you feel like you're watching a real fucking fight, and it's serious, and it gets you like on edge. Like I know, like I'm not even a big MMA fan, but like when I watch an MMA fight, like I remember going to like Wild Wings and watching like Ronda Rousey or a Conor McGregor fight because those are the only two that I really paid attention to because they transcended the sport.
There you go.
Yeah, they were bigger than what they were.
Exactly, and it's like, oh my god, oh shit, he's got like, and obviously that's real, but like, it's the same thing. The realism in wrestling, like, it's like, holy shit, these guys are gonna kick the shit out of each other. I'm just sitting here watching it happen. Like, it's exciting. Like,
yeah, like
just like you're seeing like a street fight or something.
Like if you see Chris Dickinson in the ring, you know he's there for one reason and one reason only. He's there to fuck you up, and that's it.
Yeah,
and that's 100%. I appreciate that too. I mean, like, look, you're a badass. You come off as a badass. That's who you are. Like I expect you kick the shit out of whoever you go into the ring with.
Dude, especially dudes like Dickinson, they exude that, and they have like an aura about them, and it's like the same with Nick Gage, who's been doing it for fucking ever.
Yeah,
like there's electricity. There's legit electricity in the air when one of those two dudes fucking enters. If they come through the fucking curtain, shit's about to get real, you know? Yeah. Like,
you know, there's gonna be a fight.
It's about to go down, and there's like electricity in the air, and the people know it already, and they're fucking fired up for it, you know? And that's what shit like that makes wrestling so great, you know?
Yeah, and it's the electricity that you're talking about. It's not just the big fight feel electricity, or that you're about to watch an ass whooping. Electricity comes from every form of wrestling. Like if you come out as you're a comedy act, the electricity of how well you're performing will be noticed by the audience, and you'll be able to feel that same feeling like you're watching a big fight. 100%. It's just it's what you want it to be. It's what you allow it to be.
It's just that energy in the air. Like that's what I try and bring when I go out. I don't have the I'm gonna kick somebody's ass energy or whatever the fuck. Like
unless it's Thursday.
That's the thing. Like it depends on the fucking story in the match. Like I've never really been in a story where I have like a blood feud with someone. But if I'm not gonna like if I'm in a storyline where I've been wronged by whoever I'm wrestling, and I want to kick their ass. I'm not gonna come out fucking dancing. I might switch up my music. I might fucking come out to like I Don't Give It to You or some shit like that. Like, I don't know. Fucking switch it up. I'm not gonna come out shaking my hips. I'm gonna come out and like try and beat the shit out of them. You know, because I can have like what I was saying. I can have serious matches where like there was a little bit of a storyline. Like the fact that you just brought up Thurston, like that, where like. That dude legitimately told me that I shouldn't be a wrestler. He didn't want me to train at the gym down the road. And there was like realness to that. And I went out there trying to beat the shit out of him. And I did shit that I don't normally do. Like that was like a little bit of like a turning point. Like I was doing all this goofy shit. But that match, I was throwing way more strikes. I like trying to beat the shit out of him, you know? Like
and I brought that up because I knew that was kind of the other side, like to prove a point. Like, yeah, you're a comedy actor or a comedy wrestler, or you're. I don't know if you want to call it I call it comedy wrestler.
Exactly. Like, I don't call it like I don't think of myself as a comedy wrestler. Like,
no.
I think of myself as a wrestler who just I have a different goal than other people. You know, like I want to entertain people. I want to make people laugh. And I can do that through my wrestling, but it's not like I'm not going out there and telling stand-up jokes, you know? Like I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm just doing things that'll make people laugh.
It's not really fair because I mean I guess everyone tries to label and put a label on everything. I mean it's easier to call you. Labeling. It's just easier to call you a wrestler who does things that aren't the norm. That
exactly. Yeah.
But you also show that okay, well when I have to get serious, I'm going to get serious. So. That's why I brought up the Thurston feud because it really showed the other side. It showed well-rounded.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I wanted to show because like I didn't want people to think of me just as comedy or like that I'm doing this. Like I'm not trying to like hide that I can't actually wrestle because I think I can, but who fucking knows what wrestling is, man?
There's a lot of different kinds.
Exactly. So. I don't know. Like I'm totally fine having matches where fucking I don't do kind of goofy stuff that I normally do, but like, I feel like it's got to be circumstantial. Like it's got to have some sort of story behind it. Like I wrestled Thurston with a little bit of a story behind it that would make me change up my mood when I wrestled, or like when I wrestled Blackwood at Beyond. He came out. Obviously, Blackwood's one of my best friends. Then he came out there out of nowhere. He just he knows I collect Rick and Morty Funko Pops. He pulled one out, stomped the shit out of it, got me in a bad mood. I had to beat his fucking ass. I wanted to drop him on his head, you know? Fucking wrestling, man.
Fucking wrestling, man.
Exactly.
If there were ever a title to anything, fucking wrestling, man.
Exactly.
That could be your answer to everything. It could really just be.
It pretty much is.
Well, how come they're not pushing such and such? Fucking wrestling, man.
Wrestling. That's the universal answer.
Man, it really
To
is.
explain everything. Like that's why there's. I never think of that there's a. I totally just stumbled over whatever the fuck I was gonna say. I never think. You could get upset by anything in wrestling just because it's wrestling and it's so random and like shit happens for no reason. It's just all circumstantial. Like like you could become the top star in the world just by circumstance. Like you're in the right place at the right time. You're gonna get an opportunity that somebody who might be quote unquote better than you. Like who knows who's better than, like, I don't know. It's fucking wrestling, man. That's what it is. All this shit that I'm saying, like, literally everything you say about wrestling is just, it's fucking wrestling, man. Like, that's what it is.
So wait, there's one thing we have to talk about because most people who saw you on AEW, people have come out like Miro and Moxley and all have said how different WWE is when they go to AEW. How was your experience working with all the guys at AEW, backstage, stuff like that, and interacting with people?
Completely. And again, I'm not trying to kiss their ass at all, although I would love a contract. And this is just straight up. Like, it's like, it just felt comfortable and normal and like positive. Like, it's a bunch of dudes who I've shared locker rooms with plenty of times before. So nothing felt too out of the normal. Like Moxley was there, and like the Young Bucks, and like Kenny Omega. Like I don't think I ever even saw Kenny, except for like one time. But like I feel comfortable around wrestlers and in wrestling locker rooms, and I felt super comfortable there. And I have done like extra work for WWE, and that's a different story. That place is
Stressful.
It's like definitely stressful. It's like a completely different vibe than at AEW. Like AEW was very welcoming. Just because I don't know if it's just because I knew everyone there. Like I know a lot of the people there. Like, and luckily, like I was trained by Pepper, who's the Blade.
Yeah.
And if I hadn't met someone before, he's there to introduce me to them, like so I can say what's up. But like it was very, very comfortable and very positive. And like the fact that like before that, I like obviously I had heard of who Tony Khan was because he's fucking owns the place. And I had heard things about him like on social media, but like meeting him is like a whole different vibe. Like, and I mean positive in like all the right ways. Like, I think I told this on what?
It's not like intimidation. Like if you were to meet,
no,
like,
not at all.
Like if Vince McMahon were to come up to you and be like, "Hey."
Yeah. Like I definitely felt like it was comfortable enough to like be able to walk right up to him and say like hi, like. Cause I talked to him about like some little things, but like just how enthusiastic he is about wrestling, really, and I wish it exudes. Again, I'm trying to find the word that I was trying to say earlier.
I like exudes. I think we'll go
radiates.
Radiate.
There you go.
Might be the word.
There we go.
Yeah.
Like his like positive energy about wrestling kind of radiates. Like I was there for the street fight. Like I don't know you probably, if you watched it, you probably saw me. I was in like the little corner in between cars for that street fight when they filmed that street fight with the Best Friends and Santana Ortiz.
Which was awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, like being there was a whole different thing. It was fucking crazy. It was so sick. And like after it was done, like all said and done, Tony, who must have been in like a production truck, just came running from far away because it was legit in a parking lot at the Daly's place, and he came running from what must have been like a production truck, screaming, and you could hear someone screaming, and you look over and he's like running down, and he's like, "Fuck yeah, that was so sick!" Like just losing his mind about how awesome it was, and like I was like, "Fuck yeah, you goddamn right, it was fucking awesome." Thinking like. This is your shit. Do that shit, bro. This is like it's really cool. Like
you run this place. You do you, man.
Yeah, like just that kind of enthusiasm and excitement about it was super cool to see, especially like close up. So it was like you hear things about how great of a place it is, and then you fucking experience it, and it's like, God damn, it really is fucking sick. Like, but yeah. I think that was the question. No.
I think that was definitely part of the question.
Absolutely, yeah. Exactly what we were
And
looking
again,
for.
I know I preface that with I'm not trying to kiss their ass, and I'm not, and I know it sounds like I am, but it's just straight up the truth. Like, it's very, very cool there.
Well, and that's what you hear. Like you hear anyone who's come from WWE there or just been independents in there. Like everyone loves it.
I mean, they had a plethora of Beyond Wrestling talent that either works for the company now or has appeared on Dark or made an appearance in some capacity. I mean, you got Silver and Reynolds. They were long stays at Beyond. And then Orange Cassidy, obviously, Eddie Kingston, Butcher and the Blade. I mean,
Janela. Everybody, man.
So, I mean, you're walking into more of a family type atmosphere because this is who you travel the roads with maybe or you see on a regular basis. I mean, you worked many a show with, so it's just kind of like working another show but on a much bigger scale.
Exactly.
I mean, it's a good mindset to go into it, though. It's not – it does take the pressure off. I mean, I know there's pressure once you step through Gorilla or whatever and you go out there. That's a different type of pressure. But, I mean, if the pressure is low going into it, usually makes it a lot easier once you get out there.
For sure.
You're not getting all worked up, and it's not like a big stage fright type thing. You just go out there and be like, fuck it, it's fucking wrestling.
Exactly. It's fucking wrestling, man. That's what it was.
Waiting to see the Puff "It's fucking wrestling" shirt out.
Yeah,
just waiting for that.
Fucking wrestling, man. Yeah, it's Puff.
Man, if we can
honestly, I don't even think I can take credit for it. It's like I feel like everybody says that shit, man.
I don't know, man.
Everybody who understands says that shit.
Here's the thing: you're talking about marketing yourself, and you want to sell T-shirts. If no one has that out there, I mean, why not you?
It's all you.
Why not you? It's fucking wrestling, man.
You know why? I gotta sell all this shit first. I gotta sell this box of T-shirts sitting next to me first. That's
hey, man, put one up. We let everyone see.
Look at these. This is all shit.
Now that is not
DM me for. You have to DM me for these. Like, I got a website that's got my T-shirts, but I have more T-shirts that's not on my website, and little gimmicks that I sell on the side. You got to DM me for. All my DMs are open. I always say that on podcasts as a trading card. On podcasts, I'm always like, listen, my DMs on every social media of mine are open. If you want to send me hate mail, if you want to say mean things,
I like that a lot.
If you just want someone to chat with, my DMs are open. Send me a message. And also, if you want merch, I got this little gimmick. This one, the mini me comes out of the sticker, or it can be like one whole sticker. Then I have that in holographic.
Whoa, psychedelic. That's trippy.
I got a Puff holographic one. Do you guys like cops? Do we have cop lovers in this group in this chat? Anyone watching?
Like bad boys. What you like that?
No,
cop?
yeah, like police officers. do we have any people who have Blue Lives Matter flags on their back of their cars?
One of my buddies, he's a Philly cop.
Oh, so he might not like this next sticker. I don't want to show this one.
Sorry, he ain't a wrestling fan. He ain't gonna watch this.
It's a donut font that says all Crocs are boss. That's what it stands for.
I would just get one of them just to put it on the back of his Jeep, just so he doesn't know it.
I'm a big Croc connoisseur.
That.
This actually says thank, and the other one says you, because somebody bought me these Crocs, and I sent them
They didn't
a
make
Polaroid.
them?
What?
They didn't were they specially made for you, or they actually made that and someone purchased it and then gave it to you?
Oh no! Somebody bought me those Crocs, and then as a thank you to them, I know they take a lot of Polaroid pictures, so I took a Polaroid picture of the Crocs, but I have these letters that I put on my Crocs to spell shit, and I spelled out thank you on the Crocs, took a Polaroid of it, and signed it and sent it as a thank you.
That's awesome.
But
Oh my God. The amount of people that aren't going to know what a Polaroid is.
Well, dude, no. Polaroids are making a comeback. They got these new things. Everybody's got these now. Everybody's taking Polaroid. Like, they're like little Polaroid gimmicks now. I don't know. I think they're making a comeback.
They are, because it's now 1993 again.
Yeah.
Oh, check this. I'm just gonna go through all the merch I have here.
Hey, man.
I got puff coasters. If anyone needs a coaster,
If anyone's sick and tired of getting water rings around their freaking table.
exactly. you can't ruin your nice coffee tables.
No, this
You gotta
brand new
put
table, it's got a
coasters
smudge.
in.
I need a coaster. I could
And
be.
you got one. It says
There you go.
There it is.
What is this? These didn't come out the way I wanted them to. It's like a sticker sheet, and I don't know if you can even see the logo. It's like a bowl of cereal.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And it says
And
puff.
it
That's
says-
puff. Yeah.
And it's like alphabet cereal with the P with like this P, U, and F.
Yeah.
But on the spoon, it's got the logo. But it's too small, man. I usually just give these
All
away
right.
for free.
Buy them at your own
Buy
risk,
anything.
people.
Yeah.
Buy
You know what they're
everything
perfect
else.
for? They're perfect to fit on a pop socket on the back of a phone. That's what those
there you
stickers
go.
are for. If I could ever find bulk pop sockets that are blank, I'd put those on them, but I can't find pop sockets anywhere.
Well, Prime Day's coming up on Amazon. Maybe you can get them there.
Yo, maybe on my birthday.
Oh,
Which day?
October 14th. I just found that out today.
Nice.
you just found out your birthday was October 14th.
No, I found out my birthday was Prime Day because last night. So to get back into Crocs, I'm a big Croc connoisseur. And every day I check Amazon because Amazon always has Crocs for like crazy low prices. And what I do is I check what I like to call the Croc market instead of the stock market. I have like a list, but it's like you have to put some in your cart and then like save it for later to watch the prices.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is stupid. Why don't I just make a list? So I made an Amazon wish list of all these Crocs in my size so that all I have to do is scroll the list and see what the prices are that day. Because the prices fluctuate like day by day on Crocs. It's crazy. This is the Croc market I'm talking about. And I was like, I should just make this at first it was just a list, but then I was like, wait a minute. People make wish lists all the time and people buy stuff for them. I'm kind of known in wrestling. I just crossed 5,000 followers on Twitter. I'm gonna fucking make this a wish list. So I tweeted, I put it together. I put like fucking weird sodas in it, or like beverages that I don't have around here because I love like just weird sodas. Me and Megabyte Ronnie do these beverage baron videos on YouTube. But I made this wish list and I tweeted out. I was like, hey, I made this list. It was originally for checking the Croc market, but if anybody wants to get me a pair of Crocs, my birthday is next week. Or what is the day today? My birthday's in 9 days. So if anybody wants to get me a birthday present,
I'm
check
still
the-
not
check
convinced
the
that you
Croc
didn't
market.
just find out your birthday was October 14th.
I might have. Who knows? Fucking I've lost track of all the days now because of fucking quarantine. But yeah, so now I just got this Amazon wish list and I'll plug that shit all day. Please buy me Crocs. Go to my Twitter. Puff is God. I tweeted about it. Find my Amazon wish list. Buy me something on there.
Dude, you got to put that as your pinned tweet.
Yeah.
You know, I would, but I'm not going to because I've had the same pinned tweet for like 2 years. And it's me. I just think it's hilarious. It's me getting like dumped on my head by Daniel Garcia in a match in a Hokai GIF. And it just says R.I.P. me.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that's my pinned tweet forever. I'm never gonna change it.
That is pretty brutal.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's a good arch on that fucking suplex.
Hell, dude, Daniel Garcia, crazy, one of the best wrestlers on the planet.
He's another
And
one.
me,
He's been going around AEW. Him and Blackwood, right?
in Blackwood. They wrestled the Butcher and the Blade, and then they wrestled the new Midnight Express.
Yeah.
The new Midnight Express.
The new, my bad.
Yeah.
I don't know if I showed these. These are my current. These are my current.
This is my favorite part of the show.
I don't even want to sell them because I'm having so much fun. If I could.
Oh, we're moving. People are moving.
My camera. How do I switch this around? Is this a video podcast? Are people going to see this?
Yes, people are.
Also, look at that guy.
I love the Wrestle Buddy. That's great.
This is my shelf of legends. It's got me, Mick Foley, Big E in the corner, Ilio DiPaolo, who's a wrestler from Buffalo, Andy Kaufman.
I was going to say, that's Andy Kaufman.
This character from the only video game that I've ever really played, Borderlands. And then, the Sandman collection. I got Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, and Bobby Boucher.
Awesome.
And this big poster of the Buffalo Brothers. It's actually a canvas.
So for people that actually just listen to our podcast, probably head over to YouTube and watch the podcast because you're going to want to see this.
Yeah, I'm showing you all this stuff that is not even the reason I was meaning to do this. Let me see. Here we go. This is what I've done with you. I'm just sticking them on everything. These little puff dudes. These are my AirPods. That's a baby Groot head.
That is awesome.
I'm just devolving this fucking podcast. I'm so sorry.
Nah, man. When we go off the rails, we like to go far, far off and not go back on.
Yep.
And look at this. So I made this little corner in my house the desk of Puff. I've got this wall of a framed picture of me. This artwork by my man Lighter Jammies. Shout out to Lighter_Jammies for doing this artwork. It's me as Action Bronson. I don't know if you guys know Mr. Wonderful from Action Bronson. That's the album cover, but it's me. And then there's fucking I just dropped my charger. A donut on this eagle's head. I turned that into a canvas with a Groupon. Shout out to Groupon. Hold on, let me get the charger. Shout out to Groupon. You can get a canvas print for $5.
Shout out to Groupon.
I bought this Groupon. It was like $4 for that, but the fucking shipping was like $25.
Yeah, they saw sucker a mile away.
That's crazy money.
We retract that shout out to Groupon.
Yeah, fuck Groupon. Groupon covers shipping, bro. Oh, you know what? Here's more merch for me to talk shamefully about. Look at this pin. That is my eyes shooting lasers. Does this work? Does that ever?
Yeah, you're
work?
good. Yeah, you're good. We can see it.
I don't know if that works, but we got it.
It's I'm shooting lasers into donuts, and then this is just the original Puff logo as a pin.
So to recap, DM Puff.
DM Puff.
Any kind of merch.
Puff is God.
Yep.
Oh my God, that Puff is God on everything. I always throw in, especially now, because who knows when I'm ever gonna wrestle again. The world's gonna fucking implode. We're all gonna die of this disease. I'm just throwing in a bunch of merch whenever someone buys something. So buy something and you get a bunch of shit. And I got these new packages with donuts on them, and they're very fun. So if you buy something from me that's not small, like a t-shirt or a koozie, you're going to get a donut package at your door. What more could you want than a donut package?
Actual donuts.
I might throw a random donut in there. It's going to get sticky on the shirt, but what are you going to do?
I mean, you're gonna eat it. Here's the thing: you're gonna eat it. You know where it's coming from. It might be like 3 weeks old, but I mean, you're still gonna eat it. The donuts, they don't go bad.
No, they don't ever.
I don't think they can.
Donuts never go bad. That's a proven fact. You can quote me on that.
Yep. So, this whole we went off the rails, and
in the perfect way possible.
It's just fucking. Oh, yeah. I couldn't have asked for the Groupon. This is the only time I think that ever on any podcast that there's been a shout out to Groupon.
Shout out to Groupon. I don't think they sponsor anyone. And then it was immediately retracted.
Yeah. And then shortly after, fuck Groupon.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's where we're going to leave it. Puff, thanks so much for coming on with us. We really appreciate it, taking the time. It was great talking to you.
Hopefully this was a little different than the other podcasts.
Yes, and I'm glad it is. That's I don't want every podcast to be the same. I try and switch it up.
Yeah.
Who knows?
If we even call this a podcast, this was just shooting the shit.
Yeah.
That's what my life is, bro. It's fucking wrestling, man. Fucking wrestling, man.
Well, that's the perfect way of ending it.
Hell yeah.
So, Puff, thanks so much again, and hopefully we'll be talking to you soon.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Take it easy, man.